For decades, UFO files lived in the shadows of American politics, buried in Pentagon archives, whispered about in conspiracy forums, and dismissed as science fiction. But now, the conversation has exploded back into the center of global attention after President Donald Trump ordered the release of new government files tied to UFOs, UAPs, and what he called alien and extraterrestrial life. And suddenly, the question nobody could answer has become the question nobody can avoid. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share for more updates. Thanks. What exactly does the government know? The timing feels almost cinematic. In recent months, lawmakers, former intelligence officials, military pilots, and documentary filmmakers have all pushed the idea that humanity may be entering what many are now calling the disclosure era. The newly released files, published through Pentagon and intelligence channels, include unexplained aerial sightings, military encounters with glowing orbs, astronaut reports, and long classified investigations into mysterious objects tracked by U.S. defense systems. But here's the hook that keeps people glued to this story. Despite all the hype, there is still no confirmed proof of extraterrestrial life. And yet, the mystery only seems to deepen. Trump's move came after weeks of speculation triggered by comments from former President Barack Obama, who suggested in a podcast that statistically, alien life likely exists somewhere in the universe. Trump responded aggressively, accusing Obama of revealing classified information before announcing that his administration would begin declassifying UFO-related records. That political drama alone would have dominated headlines. But then came the files. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share for more updates. Thanks. One report describes federal agents witnessing orange glowing orbs launching smaller red objects into the night sky before vanishing without explanation. Another includes Apollo-era astronaut observations of strange lights and anomalies seen during moon missions. Some records reference military radar tracking objects performing maneuvers beyond known human aircraft capabilities. And this is where the public fascination becomes impossible to ignore. Because people are no longer just debating aliens, they're debating trust. For years, governments around the world dismissed UFO discussions as fringe thinking. Pilots who reported sightings risked ridicule. Intelligence agencies denied cover-ups. Yet today, the same institutions are openly releasing unidentified anomalous phenomena, files, and admitting some encounters remain unexplained. That reversal has fueled enormous public suspicion that officials may know far more than they admit. Still, skepticism remains critical. Defense experts and scientists continue to caution that unidentified does not mean extraterrestrial. Many UAP incidents eventually turn out to be drones, atmospheric distortions, classified military technology, sensor errors, or misunderstood objects. Even the Pentagon's own reports repeatedly state there is no verified evidence of alien technology or extraterrestrial beings. That hasn't stopped the internet from going into overdrive. On Reddit, TikTok, YouTube, and X, theories exploded within hours of the document release. Supporters of disclosure movements pointed to filmmaker Dan Farah and his upcoming documentary The Age of Disclosure, which claims insiders from military and intelligence agencies believe the U.S. possesses technology of non-human origin. That phrase, non-human origin, may become one of the defining lines of this entire era. But here's where the story gets even more complicated. Critics argue the disclosure campaign could also serve political purposes. Some analysts believe UFO transparency generates public excitement while distracting attention from economic problems, military controversies, or other government scandals. Others say politicians understand that UFO stories dominate algorithms, social media engagement, and news cycles unlike almost anything else. And honestly, they may not be wrong. The UFO topic operates like the perfect modern media storm. Mystery, secrecy, fear, science, military intrigue, and existential questions all wrapped into one endlessly clickable narrative. Every blurry video becomes evidence. Every unexplained radar signal becomes a potential revelation. Every government statement becomes fuel for both believers and skeptics. Yet beneath the spectacle lies something genuinely historic. For the first time in modern American history, the federal government is publicly acknowledging that there are aerial phenomena it still cannot fully explain. That alone marks a massive shift from decades of denial and ridicule. The language matters too. Officials no longer casually use UFO. They prefer UAP, unidentified anomalous phenomena, a term broad enough to include airborne, underwater, or even space-based anomalies. The change signals that governments are treating the subject less like fantasy and more like a national security issue. And maybe that's the real story here. Not aliens, not flying saucers, but uncertainty. Because the most unsettling possibility isn't necessarily that extraterrestrials are visiting Earth. It's that the world's most powerful governments may be confronting phenomena they genuinely cannot explain. That idea changes everything. It changes how citizens view military power. It changes public trust in intelligence agencies. It changes scientific conversations about life beyond Earth. And it forces humanity to confront a question that once belonged only to philosophy and science fiction. What if we are not alone? For now, the release files stop far short of proving alien contact. There are no confirmed extraterrestrial bodies, no captured spacecraft, no official declaration that humanity has made contact with another civilization. But the disclosures have accomplished something equally powerful. They've pushed the conversation out of the shadows and into the mainstream. And once that door opens, it may never fully close again.